Next time I'll show you.
Thanks for joining us.
You know, I hired somebody. I'll mention
Talkline Network Radio, America's longest-running Jewish broadcast network, the voice of the Jewish community.
Welcome to the podcast.
You are now tuned in to this episode of our podcast. Today, we are going to interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in our field. And now, please welcome your host.
You're listening to Talkline with Zev Brenner, America's premier Jewish broadcast on the air since 1981.
And we are back. It's always a great privilege to have my good friend, Rabbi Marty Katz, founding executive vice president of Just One Life organization, responsible for over 23,000 official births in Israel, unofficially over 100,000 births due to his and the group's efforts. So, Rabbi Marty, good to have you back. First of all, how are you feeling? I know you've gone through some health concerns. How are you feeling?
Baruch Hashem, I feel good. I feel great.
Thank God. Thank God. We need you. You're bringing more life into the world. What does the Talmud say? The Gemara say he who saves one life is if he saved the entire world. What happens if he created 100,000 lives? What does that mean?
Baruch Hashem. I'm just Kadosh Baruch Hu, God's shliach, and Baruch Hashem, we're doing good.
Now, I know that on the average, you have about 500 women who deal with pregnancy issues. For whatever the reason is, they're looking to terminate their pregnancy, and you help them. And without asking any questions, you give them support, including for the year and diapers and all kinds of medical and emotional, psychological support. Since October 7th, in addition to the 500 approximate women that normally get help, I understand hundreds more have come out because of October 7th and say, Rabbi Marty, in Just One Life, we need your help.
The war kept us extremely busy. Over 600, even more cases of whether it's termination or trauma. The trauma was unbelievable, Zev, okay? Pre-giving birth and afterwards when they gave birth, the team, the Just One Life team, they were at the hotels. They were busy in different moshavim. It's not to be believed the work and the professionalism that they showed. Very often people have seen the sterot, mothers and babies. Many of them were our clients. There was trauma. They needed our help. Okay, it's just not to be believed. I often tell that early on in the war, Yeshiva Flatbush, under my dear friend Steve Adelsberg, co-chairman, he chairs it with Jack Forgas and Rabbi Hertzberg, came to our office, and I get a call from Stevie who says to me, and he's a close friend for over 50 years, he says, you know why we're impressed? All the therapists have kids home, their husbands, some of them are in the army, they have relatives, and every day they're in this office or they're going to the hotels and they're seeing what they could do. It's beyond just the work that you do. It's the dedication, it's the love. It's me, Ka'amcha Yisrael. And if I may, Zev, I just want to tell you that one of the cases I sometimes talk about is a woman is saying goodbye to her husband. It's a true case. Goodbye to her husband. He's going to Gaza. I mean, the war's over now, but just to tell you, but we'll have follow-ups in all these cases. And she turns to my therapist, says he went to Gaza. Maybe I should do a hapalah. Maybe I should terminate. Because if Rachmanut, he's killed, he's murdered, who's going to marry me with a baby? That just demonstrates where their head spin is.
So what do you tell them in that situation?
And with Baruch Hashem, we worked it out. I want you to understand, when you heard, and again, we're now out of the war, but we now have the follow-up, but when you heard, and I heard, that 60,000 troops were sent into Gaza, you know what it does to RMK, Marty Katz? It means, wait, 60,000 went to Gaza. How many of those mothers or husbands and wives have a situation where the wife is saying, is he coming back? What do I do? Or I have a baby, I'm in trauma. How do I live? How can I service so many of them? That's what that does. It kept us going even more and more to deal with this situation.
And those that don't know, maybe you'll elaborate a little bit more. Just One Life has been around for over 30 years, founded by Solomon J. Sharfman. And I know you're a founding executive vice president. And your goal is to say if a woman has an issue with pregnancy, you're there to help them. You don't ask questions.
Our goal is to make childbirth a very happy and a very healthy, happy experience. Our goal is any problem in pregnancy. There are 7-8 therapists and a whole volunteer staff that are all professional, that are all have different degrees, whether it's worthwhile at Tel Aviv, Hebrew U, City College, Yeshiva University, all sorts of degrees. We're nonstop. It's under Chaya Katzin, okay? Chaya Katzin, who is a Baruch Hashem, an amazing lady, who, by the way, also came out of a very difficult situation. Her daughter, Chazdei Hashem, is okay, but was hit by a car, and it was a real trauma, and there were weeks of therapy, weeks of rehabilitation, and this woman, from where she was, she kept this place, this Just One Life office on King George going. The team was going, and all of us were doing Tehillim, and Baruch Hashem, Chazdei Hashem, her daughter Kayla, is doing well.
Thank God for that. It's such important work. People don't realize what it is. And listen, I read a statistic. Unfortunately, in Israel, I think over 80,000 Israelis have left since October 7th. 80,000, probably more. We need, aside from Aliyah from these countries like the United States and Canada, etc., you need an internal Aliyah. And you created that.
Correct. We need so much. It's not to be believed the kind of Aliyah we need to help with these numbers, to keep this country going. Listen, we still get many cases. We get several hundred from 110 cases from Shaarei Tzedek, which gives high-risk pregnancies, sonogram kinds of pregnancies. I always say this, you've heard me say this, I walk into Shaarei Tzedek, I think I'm the Rosh Hashiva of Panovich. It's not me. It's the work we do. It's the avodah kasha. Sometimes people try to say me, Rabbi Katz, what you do, you're a holy man. I said, no. The work is holy. And it started with the rabbinic Dak and Posek, Harav Avram Pam Oliver Shalom. Then it went to Rav David Feinstein. And what is Zayin Gesund now, it's Ruvain Feinstein. He is our advisor who sheps a lot of nachas. What we do. Jack Forget's founding chairman, of course, is here. Stevie Adelsberg is here. We just brought in somebody, many of you may have heard of Ari Green, because as I get older, I need somebody to come in who's knowledgeable in social media. He's actually a musician, a talented chazan, an orchestra, but he's very talented. And I hope the next time we're interviewed, Ari will be on the air and you'll get to meet him. And this is the team. And I say this, I hope you don't mind. The number is $1,800, which helps sponsor the birth of a baby. You can go to the website, which is justonelife.org, click on the donate button. You could give whatever you want. You could break it out over a month. Whatever you want to give, we'll accept. We have twins, triplets, and I got to tell you something interesting. The mother of the quadruplets, who 25 years ago, the doctors told this mother, Yael Mizrahi, please, they said, you have to terminate 2 of the 4. She's here. We got involved. Jack brought in a doctor. We brought in 1 or 2 specialists. Madeleine Gittleman, who was then the head of the project, came in. I came in. The 4 are quadruplets. They are 25, 26 years old. One married with 3 kids, with 2 kids, with 1 kid. One, God willing, will get married. Lavelle Yosef was a Sandik. Chacham Ovadia was a Sandik. She's here. I have a meeting with her. I've met with her. It's just unbelievable what's happening.
Bringing life into the world is so important. Bringing Jewish life, especially in today's day and age, is so super. We need more Jews. We need more commitments. And thank you for your commitment. You're involved. I know.
Thank you, because I think I've been on this air over 30 years.
Over 30 years. Remember, we did the broadcasts, I think, from the stock exchange at one point.
That's right.
I missed the JOL, the Just One Life dinners. That used to be big events.
We had them. You were front and center.
Yeah, I remember that. It was marvelous. Now, I know this is your baby, no pun intended, of course, Just One Life, but you're involved in other things as well. You're all especially in Queens. Tell us about some of your other projects that you are involved with.
I'm only going to talk about one. I don't even think it's a project. It's something that the Klal Yisrael should celebrate. Very often at the end of the show, you always ask me, Rav Marty, give it Dvar Torah. I'm very close to Rabbi Noach Oelbaum. And I always give it to Rabbi Torah for Rav Oelbaum's, who is unique because he's so Torah focused and so much a posek and advisor to so many organizations. 50 years he's been the Rav of his shul in Kew Garden Hills, and for over 50 years he's done so much for Klal Yisrael. He's featured on Torah Anytime and all over the world. Every community, you name it, he has spoken. Organizations, there are so many different organizations, Renewal, RCCS, Chazak, I could go on and on. Aniyim types of projects, you could go on and on to what he has done. And I invite everybody, okay? Amar bin Simcha b'Simcha. I invite everybody. If you tune in to I have to read it off the sheet if you don't mind, www.raise.it/KNY. You'll see more about Rav Oelbaum. You'll see what's happening. The world is there. The world is coming through, okay? This is a giant, and I have to tell you, there's a special connection there between Rav Oelbaum and Just One Life. Because 35 years ago, two people from his shul, Dr. Ari Teitelbaum and Mr. Bernie Schaffer, who's been the president and a dear friend and was honored by me, brought me to Rav Oelbaum. Rav Oelbaum, this is 35 years ago. Rav Oelbaum looked at the material for Just One Life. He saw the haskama, the endorsement by Rav Pam, and he turns to me and he says, Rabbi Marty Katz, I'm not giving my drush of his Shabbos, you are. I looked at him, I was wet behind the ears. I said, Rav Oelbaum, we just met. You trust me that I could say the right thing? He said, Rabbi Marty Katz, if Rav Pam could write this kind of endorsement about the project, about the cause, about the Hatzalah, and about you, you are speaking in my shul instead of me this Shabbos. So I invite everybody, please, know this is a Gadol b'Yisrael who does so much for Klal Yisrael and has done so much for Just One Life and for me personally.
Give out the information where people can learn more about the honor being.
Just go to the Raise at www.raise.it/KNY and you'll learn about Rav Oelbaum.
After you go to Raise
/KNY, which stands for Kehila Nachlash, the name of his shul, KNY. Think of it as K New York, KNY.
KNY.
I have to give you one quick Torah of his that's like 45 seconds. 45 seconds. This past week we read Vayetze. You can wish me happy birthday because Wednesday is my Hebrew birthday, Yud Gimel Kislev.
Happy birthday. Many more
Thursday,
to come. December
4th, is the English birthday, the same time Martha. Vayetze is my Bar Mitzvah Parsha. And Rav Oelbaum gave there's so much he said when I went to his shir, but what he said is what we're about. He spoke about the cane, the stecken, as they say in Yiddish, of Yaakov. And you have to just see Rav Oelbaum say, you think the cane of Yaakov Avinu was just a cane? The Mefarshim, the commentaries say inside the cane, it was hollow. And what was in the cane? 100%, no one knew the answer. The answer is shemen, oil. And what does oil do? It brings fire. And what does fire do? It brings Torah. And what does fire do for me? It brings kinder, Yiddish kinder. That's the cane. That's Vayetze. That's Yaakov, the light of Torah, the light of Chesed, the light of Kinder, the light of continuity. We should be Zocher to see Besoros Tovos. For 120 years, you should keep interviewing me with our friendship. And we should see this Hanukkah. It's a very special Hanukkah with this thinking of the cane of Yaakov, the oil that will keep going on and on because we Jews, we will come out of any of the tzaros we have. As always, my love and my friendship for you, Mr. Zev Brenner, Ashrecha, and my love and my friendship and dear concern for Hagon, Rabbi Noach Oelbaum. Thank you.
And let me say Yehi Cain. It should be so.
Amen. There's no one like Zev Brenner, everybody. There's no one like Mr. Brenner. Take care. Bye-bye.
And it should be in good health. And thank you, Rabbi Marty Katz, founding executive vice president of Just One Life organization, as you heard, officially helped 23 babies be born, but because of the growth of the children and grandchildren, at least 100,000 that have been created. And really, he's given birth to all these, and the organization given birth to all these babies. Continuous success in good health, 120 and one day. Thank
you, and please go to the website, everybody. You'll see more about us. Thanks
and also JOL, that's Just One Life. Thank you, Rabbi Marty Katz.
Zev Brenner, America's premier Jewish broadcast, the pulse beat of the Jewish community.
Was I on
Continuous
fire?
Jewish programs, talklinenetwork.com, or our 24-hour-a-day listen line at 641-741-0389. For past shows, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, Instagram, and all major podcast platforms, or jewishpodcast.org. Thanks for listening to the talklinenetwork.com.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I love the accent.
Now you can